Hello and welcome to New Employer Orientation for UCSD Health and UCSD Health Sciences. Welcome everybody. Thank you for selecting UC San Diego Health and Health Sciences as your employer. As we are sure you understand, we have to modify our new employer orientation to comply with regulations related to gathering sizes and social distancing. The presentation you are about to hear contains content that we share on day one. In addition to this presentation, we have two other presentations you are required to listen to. They are on the topic of compliance and interpreter services. Additionally, there is a benefits presentation for those of you who are benefit eligible. Why I work at UC San Diego Health. Typically during this time of the orientation, we would ask for volunteers to share why they are excited to work here at UC San Diego. Sometimes it could be because maybe they had care here in the past, or a relative did, or a loved one, and they really enjoyed the care that they got and they wanted to work on the team here, or maybe they've heard a lot about UC San Diego Health and Health Sciences and wanted to be part of the team. Regardless of why you chose to work here at UC San Diego Health, just know that when you do come to work, we all come to work for a great mission, and that mission is to deliver outstanding patient care through commitment to the community, groundbreaking research, and inspired teaching.
Let's talk a little bit about the UCs. What you see on the screen are the 10 UCs listed. Those in yellow denote medical centers at those UC locations. UC Riverside currently has a School of Medicine, but whether or not they will be getting a medical center in the near future, we don't know, but what is of note is that they do have a medical center. And when you combine all of the research that goes on among all 10 of our UCs, we have the world's largest academic research system. Let's drill down a little bit into UC San Diego. Pradip Khosla is the chancellor of all of UC San Diego. When you combine our health system and our professional schools, which are noted in yellow, we call that UC San Diego Health Sciences. Dr. Brenner oversees all of UC San Diego Health Sciences. Our health system is run by Patty Masent. She is the CEO. She is the first female CEO of UC San Diego Health. Dr. Garfin runs our School of Medicine, and Dr. McCarrow runs our School of Pharmacy. Also listed here are the additional campus locations, all of our schools, and the Scripps Institute of Oceanography. One thing to note about this slide, we have our School of Medicine and our Skaggs School of Pharmacy highlighted in yellow. You received a folder at your check-in at the HR location. If you look at the front of that folder on the white label that's on the front, if your label is highlighted in yellow, you are part of our professional schools. And the reason this is significant has to do with funding, and later on in the presentation you will see where that comes into play, and I will make note of that as well. Let's talk a little bit about our history. This pictured here is our Hillcrest location. And our Hillcrest location, so the history behind this is in 1960, the UC was founded, and UC San Diego was founded, and in 1962 was approved to get a medical center, and in 1966, the existing county hospital was purchased by UC San Diego, and that became our Hillcrest location. Pictured here is our Thornton Pavilion. This picture says Thornton Hospital. We now call it the Thornton Pavilion for nomenclature purposes, because the Thornton Pavilion is now the entrance to our Jacobs Medical Center. Pictured here is our Morris Cancer Center. This is one of only 45 NCI designated cancer centers in the country. Pictured here is our Sulpizio Cardiovascular Center. This is physically located with the Thornton Pavilion and Jacobs Medical Center, and on the backside of our Sulpizio Cardiovascular Center is the emergency department for our La Jolla location. Pictured here is our Jacobs Medical Center. This is said to be one of the most patient-centric and technologically advanced hospitals in the country, if not in the world. 3 major suites in this hospital for cancer care, advanced surgery, and women and infant services. Pictured here is our Altman Clinical and Translational Research Institute, or the ACTRI. This is where we say the bench meets the bedside. A lot of our research comes to fruition here with our patients through the research that's done at the ACTRI. This is an overview of our School of Medicine on our UCSD campus location. Pictured here is our Skaggs School of Pharmacy. What is significant about our Skaggs School of Pharmacy? A couple things. It opened in 2002 with the first class graduating in 2006. At any given time, we have anywhere up to about 280 students, and this is the only public pharmacy school in Southern California. The pharmacy students actually attend classes with medical students in order to foster the professional relationship from the beginning of their careers. The chart here shows our career growth over the past few years. While we do hire contract labor for things like spikes in census and unexpected leave of absence, our career staff is growing immensely, and we definitely appreciate our career staff, and we're glad you're here today taking on your new role. Let's talk about our schedule for your orientation week. For day 1 and day 2, please refer to the schedules that were sent to you through email or in your orientation folder, especially for day 2. If you're watching this presentation, you should have already been to our Mission Valley location and completed your paperwork. The day 2 schedule should be sent to you. It will either be in your folder that was given to you today, or it was sent to you through email. The location for day 2 is 9560 Town Center Drive at Suite 100 in La Jolla. If you have any questions or are not sure where to go for day 2, please call our HR main line, 619-543-3200, and choose option number 3 for recruiting. Of note, the parking is free at our Town Center Drive location. For day 3 of orientation, if you are a nurse, an LVN, or a nurse practitioner, you will attend day 3. You should have a pink schedule in your folder denoting the day 3 of orientation. The only exception is if you are actually being hired into the student health department. If you are hired into student health on campus, you will not attend day 3 if you are a nurse, nurse practitioner, or LVN. If you're a recent traveler that is now converting to a career or per diem position with UCSD, you do not need to attend day 3 as you have already attended this training recently. For day 4 and beyond, this would be for our EPIC training. If you are required to have EPIC modules, that schedule will be given to you on day 2 of orientation at your IS Access training. Day 3, day 4, and beyond will all be located at the 9560 Town Center Drive location in La Jolla, unless otherwise stated on your schedule that may be given to you on day 2. If you are a UCSD rehire, you may experience delay in your IS access on day 2. There is an IS team, and the LMS team will be there at day 2 to work through this with you. This is only if you are being rehired into UCSD, if you were a previous UCSD employee. Some of our accolades: of 400 plus hospitals ranked in California, UCSD ranks number 8, with all of our UCs in the top 10, with LA at number 1 and San Francisco at number 2. We are a magnet recognized hospital. We've had this status since 2011, and only 7% of all hospitals in the country are magnet status hospitals. The magnet status, if you're a nurse, you definitely know what this is. What the magnet status means is that this is a shared governance program. We call it power with and not power over. It basically, our nurses have a lot of say on what goes on in their departments and their units, and a lot of say in what goes on with the care of their patients. Our principles of community, this is in your folder. Please take some time to read this. But basically, what it says, this particular blurb that you're reading, it basically breaks down to say that we realize that people have different backgrounds, nationalities, political beliefs, sexual orientations, whatever it may be. We don't expect anybody to change who they are while they were working here, but what we do expect is that everybody treats everybody exactly the same. We're very proud of a lot of the partnerships that we have within our community. We have our annual Cultural Diversity Celebration Day at our Hillcrest location, and on the picture there, the dancers that you see are actually two of our nurses putting on a show during our recent Diversity Day celebration. For those of you that are benefit eligible, you will be watching a benefits presentation later on, but just know that you will have a choice of 5 healthcare plans to choose from. That's the most of any employer in San Diego. If you do happen to choose UC San Diego Health for your healthcare, just know that we have over 100 physicians named top docs, including our primary care physicians. And you will learn more about how to sign up and what your options are during the benefits briefing. There's a lot of firsts within UC San Diego. We have San Diego's only regional burn unit. San Diego is one of the largest metropolitan cities in the country that only has 1 burn unit, so anything that happens related to burns comes to UCSD. We have San Diego's first comprehensive cardiovascular center, that is the Sulpizio Cardiovascular Center. One thing that we do at the Sulpizio is a thromboendarterectomy. This procedure involves taking clots out of your lungs, and people literally come from around the world to have this procedure done at UCSD. This procedure has been perfected here. I mentioned this earlier, our Morris Cancer Center is one of only 45 NCI designated cancer centers in the US. And we have San Diego's first comprehensive stroke center. I mentioned our mission earlier in this presentation, and our vision for UC San Diego Health and Health Sciences is to create a healthier world, one life at a time, through new science, new medicine, and new cures. The HR presentation will be next.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to your Human Resources Briefing. To attract and develop the talent to enable us to discover, teach, and heal is the mission of our HR department, and we like to feel that we are your advocate while you are working here at UC San Diego Health and Health Sciences. You should have received a new employee resource guide and checklist during your paperwork check-in today at the HR location in Mission Valley. Everything that will be covered in today's presentation is covered in detail in that new employee resource guide and checklist, so please keep that handy and refer to that if you have any questions. 2 things to remember about today's briefing. Every question that you will need answered or any issues you may have, you can contact us at our HR department at 619-543-3200 or check out our website at hhr.ucsd.edu. I encourage you to call us if you have questions, quick yes or no type issues, but if it's more detailed than that, please go to our website. You can submit a case and you will get a case number and you will be able to log back on and check the status of your case at any time. Let's talk about paychecks, time off, and reporting. So specifically now, I will be talking to those of you that are part of our professional schools. Once again, look at your label that is on the front of the folder that you received today. On that label, there's a label on the front of the folder. If it is highlighted in yellow, then you are part of our professional schools. So we use a system we call EcoTime. And if you are non-exempt on the professional school side, you will manually record your hours in our system, and the instructions on how to do that, once again, are in that new employee resource guide and checklist. If you are exempt on the professional school side, you are only required to enter exception hours such as vacation, sick time, if you have a doctor's appointment or something like that. Everything else will already be pre-filled into the system, so there's really nothing for you to do. For those of you on the health side, everyone else, we also use EcoTime. One of the differences for non-exempt employees, you will clock in and out using our telephone systems on any workstation phone, dial 286. The instructions on how to do this will be voice prompted to tell you what to do. Also, it is in that new employee resource guide and checklist, a step-by-step details. Make sure you have your employee ID with you when you go to check in for the first time. And the employee ID can be found on the front of your folder, again, on that little white label. For non-exempt employees on the health side, you will also be submitting a timesheet for your orientation week. You will submit that timesheet to your manager or department timekeeper. Typically, it is the same person. For exempt employees on the health side, similar to the professional school side, there's nothing for you to do. The hours are already pre-filled in. The only thing you would be required to do is enter exception hours such as vacation time, sick time, doctor's appointments, things like that. And typically on the health side, the manager or timekeeper would enter these hours for you. This is the timesheet. It should be in your folder if you are a non-exempt employee. And for those of you that are wondering, am I exempt, am I non-exempt, it is on your offer letter, so take a look at that. It will tell you if you are exempt or non-exempt. Typically, non-exempt means hourly, and exempt means that you are salaried. Let's talk about our vacation and sick time. Some things that are similar about the vacation and sick time is that neither of them may be used before they are accrued or during the same month that they are accrued. Some differences, though, are vacation time does have a cap, a max accrual. Sick time has no cap. You're looking at a chart on the screen. Don't get too concerned about what exactly your max is. It will take you about 2 years to get to that max, considering you take no time off in 2 years. So the thing to note about today is just know that you do have a vacation cap. And the chart you're looking at is based on someone that was hired at 100%. So sick time has no cap. So if you were to leave the UC, your vacation time would be paid out to you. Your sick time would just go away. The only caveat to that is if you were to retire. If you retire, your sick time turns into service credit. So the example would be, say you worked here for 20 years and retired, and say you had a year's worth of sick time built up. So you would actually be paid in retirement as if you worked 21 years. So just remember, sick time disappears if you leave the UC unless you retire, then it turns into service credit. Now, there are 4 specific unions that do not allow you to use your vacation time until you have been here for 6 months per the union contract. Those 4 unions are HX, EX, SX, and K6. You will still accrue your vacation time during your first 6 months. You are just not able to use it per the union contract. Pictured here is our payroll calendar. A few things to note. We do have 13 holidays per year. If you are working at least 50% time, you will get paid that percentage of time off for that day off for the holiday. Per diem employees not working on a holiday, it's just another day that you are scheduled off. You do not receive holiday pay. One thing to note is if you are working on a holiday, you will get 8 hours of comp time that will go into a comp bank for you to use at a later date. The comp time does not go away, and you can use it in the same as vacation time. It just is held in a different pool. And vacation and comp time may be used in conjunction with each other. So if you're looking at the payroll calendar, some things to note. At the bottom of the calendar, there is a monthly pay dates. So there are certain exceptions to certain rules to who is paid monthly. So you would have to meet 2 specific criteria to be paid monthly. And that is if you are part of our professional schools and also you are exempt. So if you meet those 2 specific criteria, professional school, exempt, then you are paid monthly, and that schedule is at the bottom of that calendar. If you are, everyone else is paid biweekly. So look at the calendar and look at the yellow circle. That is our biweekly pay period end dates, and the blue hexagons are the actual pay days. So what you want to do is wherever the yellow circle lands find the following blue hexagon, and that will be the payday for that previous 2-week period where the yellow circle ended. You'll notice that there are two times in the year where there are blue stars instead of blue hexagons. What these denote is, for those of you that are paying benefit eligible, on those particular 2 paydays, benefits payments will not be taken out of your paycheck, so your paychecks will be slightly higher on those days. Some online resources that we have. This is our HR website that I mentioned earlier in this briefing. At the bottom of the page, you see helpful links. I'm going to show you some links here next, and every resource that you need to find can be found through our HR website. So as I said in the beginning, main things to remember: our phone number and our HR website. So let's go look at some of the resources we have. Well, this is what it looks like in the helpful links section. So we have our Pulse intranet site. Our intranet site talks about things that are going on within UC San Diego Health. This is also where our medical center policies live. You're going to watch a compliance briefing. They're going to mention medical center policies. This, if you needed to find one, this is where they would live. UCNet is our University of California. It's the UC-wide website, a great place to go if you have questions about compensation and benefits. At Your Service online is where you're going to go to sign up for direct deposit. You will do this on your own after day 2 once you have access to all of our online services. Please sign up for direct deposit as soon as possible to make sure that your first check is direct deposited. If you do not sign it up in time, typically if you sign up by Wednesday of orientation week, you should be good to go for direct deposit. But if you do not sign up in time, or maybe you don't want direct deposit, just note paper checks are delivered to your department, not to your home address. The center section is where you can sign up for your benefits, and you will learn more about that during the benefits briefing. UCPath will be coming. This is a system that will be taking over our current system that we use for payroll and personnel tracking. It's an effort to bring all of the UCs online together. One thing to note, when UCPath does arrive, it's going to be implemented in May. Next year, when you file your taxes, you will receive 2 W-2 forms. One will be generated from the current payroll system that we use, and one will be generated from UCPath. UCPath will also replace At Your Service online to do a lot of the things that you will be doing online. So you won't have to worry about that quite yet, but just know that this will be coming in May. Blink is our campus website. I mentioned earlier in an earlier briefing that we have 2 HR departments, one on health side and one on the campus side. This is the campus website, but we also use the campus website for many things. One thing to note is our Find Faculty and Staff feature. If you have somebody that you need to contact in another department and you know their name, but you do not know their phone number or email address, you type in their name and it will pull up their UCSD email address and office telephone number. At the bottom of the page where it says Activate My Blink, you're able to go on and make sure that your information is correct. And if it's not, you can update it for yourself. Making the Rounds is a newsletter that will come out to your UCSD email account bi-weekly, typically on a Wednesday, and it talks about things that are going on within UC San Diego Health. For our per diem and limited appointments, please note that you are not contributing to Social Security. For this reason, the UC invests money for you in what we call a defined contribution plan. There is a 4-page handout in the folder that was given to you today. I suggest that you read through that to understand exactly what money is being invested for you. If you have specific questions, there's contact information in there for Fidelity Investments. They are the ones who run the program. Please contact them directly if you have any questions. Also, for our per diem and limited appointments, just know that we do not pay into state disability. None of us do here. If you are concerned about that as a per diem employee and do not have insurance through another employer, we just note this for you so you know that you're not paying into state disability. And if you wanted to purchase an alternative insurance plan, you could do that. Career employees that are benefited and 100% limited, you'll find out during the benefits briefing that we do have our own disability plan that we pay into. Some of the partners that typically join us on day one of orientation, obviously you're not attending in person, so I'm just going to talk about a few of them that show up with things to offer for you. One is representatives of our USE Credit Union. This is the campus credit union. They have good deals for you. If you wanted to join the credit union, you're able to now as an employee. At the bottom of the screen here, that is their website. Please visit their website. If you are interested in joining, just let them know that you attended a virtual orientation and that you are a new employee, and they have cash incentives for you to sign up for an account. We also partner with California Casualty for insurance. You see the number on the screen there. Please contact them directly if you are interested in getting a free quote. Let them know also that you attended the virtual orientation and that you are a new UCSD employee. Our campus bookstore is located on our campus. They have a computer store within the bookstore that has a lot of great deals on computers and electronics. They also have the licensing for all UCSD merchandise. So if you wanted a sweatshirt or a coffee mug or anything that said UCSD on it, you could find it there at the bookstore on campus. Our Centers for Integrative Health have a lot of options for you to choose for mindfulness, stress reduction, osteopathic therapies, acupuncture, massage, and as most of this is covered by insurance except for the massage, and as an employee, you are eligible for up to 50% off of a lot of the programs that they have. Let's talk about parking while you are working here at UC San Diego Health. Where do I park? If you're in the medical campus in La Jolla, they have two structures, Athena parking structure and Campus Point East. And the Athena is right next to the Morse Cancer Center. The Campus Point East is right across from the Sulpizio Cardiovascular Center near the emergency department. If you're parking in Hillcrest, we have the Bachman parking structure and the Arbor parking structure. Now the Arbor is only for faculty with the A permits. Faculty is typically physicians, professors, and things like that. If you're actually working on the campus, there are several spots you can park: the Gilman parking structure, Osler parking structure, and Hopkins parking structure. So if you are part of the faculty, once again, physicians and professors and things like that, the A permits are $103 per month. All rest of staff permits are $90 a month. For more information on this, you do have a handout in your folder, plus you can go to parking.ucsd.edu to answer any questions. If you are part of faculty and have an A permit and are working in the Hillcrest location, please note that the city also has A permits, and there are signs along the street near the hospital. Please do not park on the city streets with your A permit. They are different than the A permits for the city, and you will be cited. Okay, so if you're a 100% new career employee, you are eligible for a 15-day free permit. Please go to the website to find out how to get that. And if you are working at one of our offsite locations, such as clinics or things like that, typically parking is free. So you can also visit the parking office to pick up your parking passes or any questions you might have. If you are near one of the parking offices during orientation week, you can stop in and talk to one of the representatives. The All of Us research program we're partnering with, the goal is to get 1 million participants over a 10-year study just to see how we can better treat patients. You can join that if you would like by going to joinallofus.org. Thank you again, and welcome to UC San Diego Health and Health Sciences. And once again, if you have any questions, please call us in the HR department, 619-543-3200, or visit our website at hr.ucsd.edu. Thank you very much.